bath together, okay, we can be like hot, sexy, whatever.
Sure.
But the
sponge
washing
to your body?
sponge
To your body?
no.
I don't like it.
Unless it's like, oh, we're like soaping each other up
Soaping
and we're
each other up
about
is
to
so
like
different
get
from sponge.
Sponge really.
Sponge seems like you're dying.
Yeah. Welcome to When Harry Dumped Sally. I'm Tess Menzies.
I'm Natasha Vinnick.
This is a podcast where we watch a rom-com. We talk about the main relationship in the rom-com, and we decide how long we think the couple is going to stay together after the credits roll.
Yeah, and who breaks up with who, and if they do that, hey, why?
Hey, why? And today we watched Pretty Woman, 1990.
Yes.
And I've seen this movie like once when I was young.
Yeah.
You had not seen it.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the references. I recently watched the Office episode that kind of reference it. You didn't watch The Office.
I mean, I did, but
It's Dwight
like
trying to pull a
once.
Pretty Woman, but with like some weird antique shop. And he's like, you thought I couldn't afford this. And it's very silly.
The like scene when she yells at the
Yeah,
shop
she's like,
people.
you work on commission, huh? Big mistake.
Big mistake. I have money.
Ah, got you. Yeah.
Our
So-
main couple, it's Edward, Richard Gere, and Vivian, Julia Roberts. Very hot people.
Especially Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, I think, might be the most beautiful human in existence.
Yeah.
Like, she's so fucking
100%.
pretty.
She's so pretty. I would watch anything
Yeah.
with her. Do we have a little log line?
Oh, yeah. Our log line is a corporate raider hires a hooker to act as a business escort in Beverly Hills, California.
Okay, yeah. I'll buy it.
It's basically Cinderella.
Yes.
That is the general.
It is Cinderella, but where the prince is also the fairy godmother.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not fully Cinderella, but a bit.
And then the staff at the hotel are little mice.
Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
I think that, I don't know, should we do our countdown and then talk through it? Or
Yeah, that's what we isn't that
yeah,
kinda what
let's
we
do that. All right.
Aw, man.
Let's just do it because I feel like I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to start with my crazy answer. All right.
All right. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1,
1,
6 months.
forever.
What? Forever.
I like them.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it right.
I don't know.
Okay, give me your forever why.
Okay, so what I was going to say before being like, I think we need to just get that out of the way before I'm talked off a ledge, which is my ledge is forever. I think what this movie does really well that we don't always see in rom-coms is that I did genuinely believe their relationship. And I thought that even though it is a short amount of time, it's a week,
Yes.
I felt like it was focused on like we saw them go through major relationship
Moments,
steps.
changes. Yeah.
And they go through changes. Normally I'd be like, a week is not enough time for me to believe this.
Yeah.
But I felt like they
But
like
that's not why I feel that way. But yes, go ahead.
I don't know. I just was like, I thought that they did a good job showing their relationship. I felt like they dealt with conflict.
Yeah.
And I thought they dealt with it actually well.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. It's Cinderella. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
Sugar daddy.
Yes. I think my skepticism, again, we are women in STEM here. We have to look at the data.
Yeah, yeah.
What's his name? Edward's
Edward.
data doesn't look good.
For his track record.
Track record bad.
Track record is bad.
Every partner of his seems to be extremely unhappy, feel disconnected. Only talking to his secretary is too busy for them. I guess we're supposed to see that he has some kind of morality business transition going on. I'm just not sure I fully like.
I mean, he basically has a new job at the end of the movie.
Because he's helping build ships with this guy.
Yeah, he's
like
taken on a different
He loves to get lost in work, though. That's like his fucking jam. And I think eventually she's going to be like all of his other people where they're like, why aren't you paying attention to me? Why aren't you with me? Why are you so obsessed with your work?
But I wonder if so I think that she seems very confident, though, and like willing to be like, no, I'm not going to put up with that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, she was like that. Like, she was willing to leave.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if he hasn't had a woman. I wonder if other women in his life have been like, oh, you're like, you know, in this position of power, and like, I'm not going to like talk back to you.
Well, like at the top of the movie, we see a woman say, I'm moving out, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't
but like, did they have, I don't know. I just think that I believe that she changed him.
She changed him. You can change men.
You can change them. I also will say I like that he's been to therapy.
Yeah. And that's good.
I like that.
But there isn't a bunch of therapy that happened before we see his relationship dissolve immediately in the movie.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that we're supposed to think that it changes how he does relationships by now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he just didn't like love those women.
For sure. I agree. Very possible. Super possible. I'm open to having my mind being changed. I do think he changed a little bit with business. I do think he gets consumed by it. I don't know if I buy the idea that like she's like, I think she could be likely to tell him like, hey, don't do this. But I think she's equally as likely to just leave, which is why like I don't know if I believe forever.
Yeah, I think that that's 100% fair, and I decided to stand by my forever despite knowing that. And that's why I was like, I don't want to start talking about this because I know my answer is going to get changed, and I just need to get it out there so
maybe
that I can.
Could too. You know, we don't know.
I think that we might find a happy middle ground that's closer to your answer. But
listen,
I
open.
agree. I think that she could get sick of him. I think that, but I also, okay.
I just don't think he got rid of any of his past women. I think he got absorbed with the work and the women got over it because they wanted to have like lives with partners and they left. And I'm just like,
I think that they're also, though, something that I kind of picked up on through, like, I think something that he respected about her and that they had in common is that they are actually both quite similar, and I think that she is a businesswoman and she thinks about the work that she does as a sex worker as her being a businesswoman. Yeah. And so I wonder if by being with him, like she will go back, you know, get her GED.
Which she was going to do anyway, which is great.
Get her GED, maybe go to college, like actually kind of build something. And I wonder if they would want to be like a power couple.
I love
that. And if he would allow her to do that. Because I do think she is actually a business-minded person.
Is. Yeah.
And so if he is able to, and he's able to support her, like she can go to school, like she could start a company, he could fund that.
Oh yeah,
he could fund anything she wants to do. And so I think if that is the life that she actually wants, like I don't think that she's going to be a sugar baby.
No.
And I think if she was just going to be a sugar baby, which I also just wonder, we don't know enough about his previous partners, I think, to know like what their deal was and like what they like brought or didn't bring to the relationship. And I just wonder if like he will actually be able to fund a lifestyle that she wants, and that if they're able to like become like a power couple.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I think is potentially, I think there's potential for it to like grow into something interesting like that.
I do agree that he seems to identify with her and potentially more than his past partners.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe in some ways sees them as like equals or like respects more because she is kind of like hustling. And I'm game for she goes, gets her GED, starts businesses, and they're a couple business boys together. Yeah. I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I'd love to
we
see
don't
it.
obviously see that happen, but I think based on like she was planning to go to San Francisco to get her GED, and she seems like a self-starting kind of person. Yeah. And so I just wonder if he would be able to like actually help her fund that.
I mean, obviously he can help her fund it.
He can. And I think he will. Like I do think he likes her a lot. So I think that he would be willing to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Here's my other hesitation.
Uh-huh.
Did he ever say I love you? She said I love you.
She says I love you one time.
He never said it to her.
No, we didn't get an I love you from him. But, I mean, he does, like, I think it could be implied that he does, like, go get her in the end.
Would you be comfortable with it being implied and not said?
I mean, I think it will be said.
Okay.
We're going to have to read into, like, that things happen in the future.
I know. We're imagining trajectories, but we also have to do our current evidence in order to do that.
Well, I don't think it's crazy to not say I love you in the first week.
I agree. And I think it's crazy to say I love you in the first week, even though, boy,
yeah,
love that game.
Yes. So I don't know that I see that as a red flag.
All right. They'll be together forever.
Yay! I win!
You win! It's
I'm
a
a businesswoman.
She hustled me out of it.
I broke her down.
Here's $3,000 for winning.
We negotiated.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So that's my logic. Let's go through it.
Okay.
I really liked their relationship aspect of this. I gave 0 fucks about his job.
Every business scene, I was like, business.
I was like, boring job shit. We've seen this in other movies. And I know that it was relevant to the plot because we had to see him changing.
Yeah.
And that was important to his story. Men doing business, most boring thing on the planet. Like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, and like he's so proud about doing something so shitty.
Yeah. Does he seem proud? I feel like his lawyer is proud. I think that he's just sort of like, it is what it is.
I think he likes what he does. I think he likes, because he got his weird shit with his father.
Well, I think when he destroyed his father's company, he was like,
but then he's like, I'm gonna fucking keep doing it.
He's
I don't
like,
care.
I'll just
It's
do
all
it.
for parts. He doesn't seem at all like, yeah, it's not great what I do.
yes. No, I'm not saying that he's like
Yeah.
remorseful about it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got the vibe of like, I'm
yeah,
the
but
bad guy. That's how I felt about the lawyer more so.
I mean, the lawyer's fucking.
Yeah.
But I do think it's not as close to negative. It's not past neutral
sure.
enough.
Sure.
Bummed out it's within neutral to positive territory.
He
you know?
does not give a fuck
He does
that
not.
he's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You know,
He's got issues. It's okay.
they
we all got
both fuck
issues.
each other fuck other people for money.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And true.
You know?
Yeah.
I would argue that her customers or the people she fucks probably get more out of it. I guess the people he fucks get money out of it, but then he just sort of like he's not, when she compares it to like stealing cars and selling them for parts, it's like, it's not like he steals their company. He buys it. They do get a buyout.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe it's the same.
Maybe it's
I
the
don't
same.
know.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? He's
We're
perfect.
not business women.
He's perfect. And we're not business women. We're women in STEM.
We're women in STEM.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, we start off and we're in a business fucking thing. There's some dude doing magic
party.
with coins.
I don't know why. Why coins?
I don't know. I think it was to be like, no matter what they say, it's all about money, and that it's to kind of like
Coin, money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of rich men, and Edward is going to be taking over Morris Industry. His lawyer is played by Jason Alexander, and I don't know, he needs a woman to be with him at this party or something, but his girlfriend's breaking up with him over the phone.
Oh yeah, she is annoyed. She says like, I don't know why you expect me to be on your beck and call. And so she's moving out of his place, and he has like no emotions about it.
He's just kind of like, okay, bye.
It's crazy for like if you live together.
Yeah.
To be just like, okay.
I think that it may have just been super transactional. It was obviously transactional.
Yeah.
I think he views relationships as pretty transactional.
Yeah.
So.
Which again is a good quality for forever.
If you also view them as transactional, if you're true. Both getting something out of it,
then yes.
Yeah, I don't think that it's right for everybody. I'm just saying that I think that they might be kind of similar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's leaving, and then he sees another one of his exes who recently got married, and he's kind of like, oh. He like asked her, when you were with me, did you speak to my secretary more than me? And she's like, yeah, she was just a bridesmaid
one of my bridesmaids
at my wedding. So
that was crazy.
Yeah. he's not been particularly good in relationships.
No,
Or,
but everyone
like,
can change.
But he also just doesn't seem to like care about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just like wasn't, I don't know.
There's also like a good chance certain spheres, some people might be very boring.
Yeah.
And you might be like raised to kind of think you're supposed to have this relationship with kind of like a boring person.
Yeah.
And maybe all these people were boring.
I mean, they seem boring. That is kind of
it's like stuffy.
The vibe that we get once Julia Roberts is in the picture. Vivian, it's like she's fun and wants to have fun, and everybody else around them is like super stuffy and weird.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, like old money rich. It's not like new money wealth where you're like, woo.
No, it's boring.
Yeah.
By the way, so neither here nor there, I love the name Vivian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vivian's like a top name for me. I love
That's a good
Vivian.
name. It's a hot name.
It's a hot name.
Yeah.
Okay, so Edward's trying to leave.
Yeah, he's
car.
taking his lawyer's car because the limo's stuck in the back of the valet. I was like, why was the limo valeted? But whatever.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how to drive.
Stick,
but like it seems he does know how to drive, but he even says at some point he's like, my first car was a limo.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he lives in New York.
He doesn't know how to drive, period, is what you're saying?
I think he does, but I don't think he's done it often.
Got it. Okay.
Like I don't think he's driving himself.
Yeah. Anywhere.
Often, if ever.
Yeah, I agree with you. And driving stick's really a whole different ballgame.
I've never done it, and I don't intend to.
It's not good. I've gotten a lot of honks at me.
Fucking up this car.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make it to Beverly Hills where his hotel is, but he's just in LA with no directions whatsoever. So
We're
he
1990. There's no Ask Jeeves.
There's no God.
What was MapQuest?
No MapQuest yet. We've got
you just go places with your mind.
You just had to, and like,
and he's from New York.
If you live somewhere, sure, you could easily figure out directions. But like, if you're in a new place, you had to. I remember my parents having like a giant fucking atlas book in their car, and when we would do like longer road trips, it was like my parents just like yelling at each other in the front seat about like how to read a map, and I was like, I don't know.
It's wacky that he's just like, I'm gonna drive in a direction.
Yeah,
it's like that's why you had your driver actually, because he probably knows the area.
Yes.
Yep.
Knows how to read a map.
Yeah.
And this man, he ends up on Hollywood Boulevard. And so we've got like sex workers, drug dealers.
Yep.
It's, seedy as it generally kind of is. Probably was worse in the 90s though. I don't know. It's like Times Square. It's just kind of shitty.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like areas kind of sometimes change and shift where they are, but things just get
I
moved
would
to
say
different
it's
areas. I don't know.
Still pretty gross.
Yeah.
So now we're with Vivian. Her alarm's going off. She's getting ready to go walk the streets.
Yeah, and she lives at a place called Hotel Apartments, and there's like a lit up sign for hotel, but tel is like blacked out, so you just see H-O-Ho, and I'm like, is this on purpose? It is. Yeah.
Her landlord's demanding rent from someone else, and she realizes she doesn't have rent money.
Yeah.
She finds out her roommate spent it
on drugs.
So she's going out the window to avoid her landlord, like down a kind of fire escape thing.
Yeah.
Cops are out there arresting people, and there's like random tourists like photographing.
Well, there's a crime scene, like because one of the other sex workers died.
Yeah.
And so there's like a dead body, and the tourists are taking pictures of a dead body.
Tourists are fucking weird.
I know, it's so gross. And so she goes to the Blue Banana Club. Mm-hmm. I love that that's the name of a club. Like, that Blue Banana. We're gonna go to the Blue Banana.
Let's go to the Blue Banana.
It just feels like you wouldn't hear anything named that nowadays.
No, we should name things weird shit like that again.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, she's there. She's mad at her roommate. I did like her roommate is like taking the garnishes off the bar.
Well, she's like I'm hungry. I need some food. So yeah, it's all of the garnishes from the bar. They're like cherries, little pieces of orange.
I feel that way sometimes though when I see like the olives for the garnishes, because I love olives, and I do just kind of want to be like, I'm like,
this is a little snack for me.
I'm like, that's the only reason I order martinis is because I'm like,
I need a little snack.
I'm like, can I get
I'm
some?
hungry.
If I'm like ordering a drink and I'm a little bit hungry, I'm like, oh, I can get a martini. So then I get a little snack with it.
Snack. More drinks should come with snacks in them.
Yeah. I love a drink, but a Bloody Mary also. I love if I'm like
interesting.
really hungry
Yeah.
before like a brunch.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, Bloody Mary, I'm going to get a pickle, probably an
Yeah.
olive, a celery stick.
I'm drinking some gazpacho.
Yeah, I am drinking gazpacho right now. I'm full on having a soup.
I love that. I think maybe that's a little bit why I love boba.
Yes.
I love chewing while I drink.
Yes, I love more food needs to come with snacks. She's mentioning to her roommate, she's like, don't you want to get out of here? Don't you want to? And her roommate's just kind of like, no. I think this is first, like, I guess, showing that as a person, she has bigger dreams and like aspirations than being a sex worker.
Yeah.
And her roommate's kind of like, what else
No,
is there?
exactly.
Sort of thing.
It's funny. They work on what's there with all the stars?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood, and each of the sex workers has like a number, like a name
Like
to a name
yes.
of when.
I loved that, and
Yeah.
especially because like that is 100% like the way Hollywood Boulevard is and the way the stars are like set up. There are better spots of like stars. Like
Yeah.
if you were gonna get a star on the Walk of Fame, you'd be like, oh, I want a star in this area.
cool area, yeah.
Like I don't want to star at like the end of Hollywood Boulevard.
No,
No, where there's nothing. So like it is very funny and
Yeah.
does make sense that you'd be like, no, I want a good range of stars. Like get the fuck off my stars. Go down this, walk away. Go to the fucking D-list stars.
That's funny. I didn't even see it that way, but that makes sense. But I thought it more as like a really funny tool for measurement.
Yes, I think
Which I
that
love.
as well. And then also just knowing the area, there are parts of
They're
it where
cooler
you're
ones.
just like, if your star was here, like, why'd you even fucking buy a star?
Yeah. So she asked her friend if she thinks she looks like Carol Channing. That meant nothing to me. I don't know what that looks like.
Okay, so then they see the car. Richard Gere is there, Edward.
Very fancy car.
And he's got a cool car apparently, and they're kind of like, oh, go get
go get
him.
him.
Go see if you can get him.
Yeah.
And she kind of like looks in his car and he's
Okay.
just like, I'm lost.
Yeah. Where
Can
directions?
you give me directions? And she's like, it'll cost you.
He's like $5, and she's like $10. And he's like, okay, I only have a 20. She's
Yeah.
like, great.
So she's like, I'll get in and help you get to Beverly Hills. And then she knows all about this car because
She grew up around car people, and he thinks it's so cool that she knows car stuff. His first car is a limousine. At some point, they switch, and he has her drive.
yeah, because he just really can't do much.
Yeah, at all. And she goes, this car is better for women to drive anyway, because the pedals are so close to each other, you need tiny feet. And then she says, do you know that your foot is as big as your arm from elbow to wrist? Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Is this true for
It
you?
is true. It's true for anyone. Do it.
I am going to do it.
I remember learning this in school.
One of those school things? Where do you measure exactly?
Right here. Crease of your elbow to your wrist. Do your other arm. Okay.
That makes more sense. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
All right, fun.
That's how you can measure you'll know all about a person's shoe size
From
by looking
like,
at those
look at their
forearms.
feet.
Yeah, don't look at their feet. That's weird.
That won't tell you
Just
anything.
observe their shoe size
But
or
if you're
their.
curious about how long their forearm is, you could look at their feet and go, oh, that's how long their forearm is. Mhm.
Yep.
Important
That's what you
information.
should do. Yeah. She's like, no, I got big feet though. I wear a size 9. And I was like, I wish. I have really big feet.
Are we allowed to say size on the podcast?
It's gonna get weird. 11.
Cool. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's really
real
cool.
Thick feet.
Wow, 11.
Yeah,
That's
I've fucked up my feet when I was younger because they didn't like sell size 11 in stores.
Yeah.
They still don't. Like online shopping is a game changer for women with big feet because I would just shove my feet into size 10 shoes so that I could fucking buy something. And now my feet are destroyed.
Aw, you're like ballerina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm exactly
you're-
like a
she's
ballerina. A
Um,
very long, gangly ballerina.
yeah. Graceful. He asked how much she charges, and she's like $100 an hour, and he's like, that's pretty stiff. And then she touches his dick and is like, not yet. It's got potential.
I also couldn't tell if he was like $100 an hour, like that's crazy a lot, or I was just like, yeah, but she's only gonna have like a couple clients a night, like theoretically. I was like, that doesn't seem too high to me. I would charge just probably a lot more than that.
Well,
it's also the 90s.
It's like 30 years ago, 37 years ago. I imagine her rent is like, it seems like her rent's maybe like $200, $300 a month.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would charge more. I agree. But I also live in today.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. So I just felt like he seemed to act like that was high, and I was like, bro, you're like a millionaire.
I know, that part's
like,
annoying.
I was kind of like, what are you talking
doing
about?
Fine.
So then he's like, come stay at my hotel, and she obviously agrees and is like, wow, this place is like very nice.
Yes.
And I feel like everyone was looking at her, and I understand the other patrons being like weird about it.
Yeah.
But like the employees, I was like, you have super wealthy clients. People have brought sex workers back here before.
We learned in the hotel, it's like, they're like, no, don't do it. We find out from Barney. He's like, we don't do that. And I bet if they do, they'd probably
order them from like a high-end escort service rather than.
And she is like dressed in like this hot little dress that like shows off like
she was
most
on
of her midriff.
Hollywood Boulevard trying to find people.
Yeah, she's got like a little blonde wig. You know, she's got a whole thing going on that I guess you'd look at. And she also, you know.
And everyone there is super stuffy.
Yeah. They go back to the hotel. There's a sofa in the elevator. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Maybe.
I don't think I've ever seen sofa in the elevator.
I feel like in like a fancy hotel they might do that. Like I feel like I've been somewhere with a fancy elevator that I was like, there was maybe a sofa.
I think if there's a sofa in the elevator, either the elevator has to be so slow or the building has to be so fucking tall if you're like, I really need to sit down.
I think from a functional perspective, yes. But I think in a place like this, it's like almost the image of like, well, you could sit down if you wanted to.
Yeah.
If standing for 5 seconds is just too much, don't worry, we have you covered.
Exactly. We have a man to stand here for you.
We have an elevator attendant, to handle everything. So, and the elevator attendant sees her and he's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, good for you, buddy. Get it.
He doesn't go out on his balcony ever because he's afraid of heights. And this is kind of a running bit where she's like, well, why are you up so high if you are scared of heights? And he's like, because it's the best
one. He likes the best of whatever.
He's got to have the best.
Yeah. She's got all these condoms, and then one of them's a weird gold coin. Did you get what's happening at all?
It was a gold condom.
It was a gold condom.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks so much like the coins from the beginning.
It was just like the way that it. Oh, I wonder if it was flashing back to that, like money. Like I wonder if it was supposed to be a reference like that.
It seemed something different.
It was a condom.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got different condoms for him to pick. And he's kind of like, no, I just want to talk to you, which is also very like OnlyFans coded. I feel like so many men are just like hiring sex workers because they can't make friends.
Friendship.
And honestly, that's great.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, I need some talking before sexuals. I can't go straight into sexuals.
Yes, we know this.
I need a little bit of beep beep bop bop before I do my crying.
And he's the same way. He's exactly like you.
He's just like me.
Yeah.
I think this is later that I feel that way, but when I see him smile head on, his vibe, he looks like a rabbit. Do you get rabbit from him?
Oh, sure.
Very rabbit.
I think he's like a pretty hot rabbit.
Listen, I didn't say rabbits aren't hot.
Nobody's implying that rabbits aren't hot.
Rabbits are sexy as hell.
Yeah. Except for the Easter bunny. That thing's scary.
But Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny's a hot rabbit.
It's a sexy fucking rabbit.
That's a sexy rabbit. We all know.
Okay, so champagne arrives.
Yes.
He doesn't drink.
Yeah, but he's ordered her champagne, and you know, I also like that she's like, I think you're a lawyer, and he's like, why do you think I'm a lawyer? And she's like, you've got that sharp, useless look about you.
Which is great. And then we do find out he has a lawyer who's a piece of shit, so that's fun. She says, you have a wife, girlfriend? He's like, both, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend now.
I was really confused by the phrasing of that because I was like, you don't. we all have exes.
Yeah.
We don't count, like, that's not what she's asking. She's asking if you're cheating on someone.
I know, but I think he's in business. So he's like, here's my resume. I have one.
He's like, don't worry, a few women can vet for me.
Yeah,
Not a very good reference,
but they are alive.
I have been vetted.
So then he doesn't drink and he asks her to stay the night.
Yes, which she charges $300
That
for.
was crazy to me.
So this was another crazy one
That
where
was
I was
too
like,
little.
girl, if you could probably see 3 people and not have to stay the night, like, you should charge more.
Yeah. But I guess maybe like, what's your odds of getting 3 people? Maybe you get to be in a nice hotel and that's nicer. But I agree. I would have pitched at least like $500-$600.
I'm now realizing that Honora is a lot like this movie, the one that won all the Oscars last year, but they don't end up together in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably more real. Well, he's also not like a big businessman. He's just like a shithead, wealthy 20-year-old kid.
Yeah. A little different.
A little different. Okay. Anyway, I was just thinking about how much Honora charged him to keep her overnight, and I was like, that girl knew what was up.
And it's so
and
much
it's recent. I know. But I'm like, girl, you are gorgeous. Charge more.
I know. And I think Honora does think more highly of herself than Vivian, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And so she goes like to the bathroom to go like freshen up. And then she like hides what she's holding, and he thought she was doing drugs.
Yeah, because she's like holding it behind
her.
her back, and he's like, "What do you have? What do you have?" And she's like, "No, I don't want to show you."
And he's like, "You have to leave if you're doing drugs." And then he pulls it out from her hand, and it's floss.
Yeah, she just wanted to floss. You shouldn't neglect your gums.
Yeah,
true. Don't do that.
She's watching like Lucille Ball. I love it. The I Love Lucy episode where they're making grapes or they're making wine, crushing grapes.
And
it's
she's drinking champagne, laughing while he's doing work stuff. And he seems just like very enamored by her in general.
Like enjoys her liveliness.
Yeah.
Her name's Vivian because she's vivacious. She loves the life, all of it, you know?
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, is it time for us to have sex? He's like, all right, what do you, and then she's like, what do you want? He says, what do you do? And she says, everything, but I don't kiss on the mouth.
And he goes, neither do I. And I was like, so crazy. Your relationship's ended. Have you ever done everything but no kiss on the mouth? I've done it once. I've done it a few times. Same person. There's a person.
They just like didn't want to kiss on the mouth? Were they a sex worker?
No, they were like a roommate character.
A roommate character?
Sorry, I don't know,
what does that fucking mean? A roommate character?
They were a roommate.
Okay.
They were a roommate.
A roommate character in your life?
I don't know why I have to call him a character.
In the play of Natasha's life.
He's a roommate character.
That is how
and I'm like a quirky character.
Living with roommates does sometimes feel that way. You're all just characters in each other's lives.
He's a roommate character, and he was like, we didn't have romance for each other, but like we're down to do physical stuff with each other, and like he was very generous and like did a lot of things, but we both knew we didn't want romance, and I think kissing felt too romance, like too implying of romance, so did other things. And I didn't really do anything to him, and that was great.
That's awesome.
Great time. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Love that.
Love that.
Yeah. I don't know if I have.
Yeah. It's out of character for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it just is like a natural progression of things. And
like
it
a
feels
normal thing
like I feel like you would have to intentionally, like in your situation or her situation, be like, we are doing this thing.
We never said anything about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that does make sense.
Yeah.
But then he, sees her wig after she's like showering or whatever.
Yeah.
And he notices her hair, and it's gorgeous. She has the best hair in the entire world.
Good.
I'm like, nobody's ever had better hair.
Julia. My God.
And then she's like, okay, I'll leave the next morning. He's like, no, have some breakfast. I ordered a bit of everything. And he explains that he buys companies that are in financial difficulty. He's buying a company for $1 billion. And this is when she compares it to stealing cars and selling them for parts. And he's like, sort of, but it's legal.
It's legal. $1 billion back then is also crazy.
I know, it's a lot of money.
Yep, it's a lot of money.
This is why I'm like, charge him more, girl.
I know.
Come on. And she ends up getting quite a bit out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So after this, she's like having a bubble bath, listening with headphones and singing Prince's Kiss.
Yeah.
And he, I guess, has to do a business dinner. And so he goes over and he wants her to spend the week with him. And that's when they have he's like, I want a professional. I don't want romantic hassles this week.
Yeah.
And so then they kind of negotiate. She goes for $4K. He's like
2. She says 3. And then I was kind of like, I know this is like a fun little bit, but I'm like, just give her $4,000, you fucking. And I was like, ask for more, bitch.
He just said $1 billion.
He said $1 billion.
My God.
Come on. 10K, girl.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then he gives her money to go shopping for something like elegant. And she's so excited about the $3,000 in the hotel. And
she says at some point, she's like, I'm going to treat you so nice, you're never going to want to let me go. And he's like, no, I'll let you go.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
All right.
So then she goes shopping on Rodeo Drive.
Yes.
And a woman at the store is being so terrible
to her.
They're
bitchy to her because they're like, oh, you don't look fancy. And I'm just like, you don't know any.
You have
like,
no
she
idea.
has money.
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh, she's coming in to steal stuff.
Maybe, I guess.
I don't know.
But like when they kept asking, she kept asking like, how much is this? And they go, it's expensive. And it's like, you can just fucking tell her how much it is.
Show your credit card. Be like, I have money. Whatever. They're being all weird about it.
Yeah. And they're like, we don't have anything for you.
These women have never heard of sugar babies before.
No, absolutely not.
And then the important hotel guy, who eventually I figured out was named Barney, was
the manager.
like, sees her coming back, and he is like,
what are you doing? He
kind of stops her, and he's like, I want you to know, like, you can stay with him because you're family,
you're
right?
his niece,
and he's like, you can stay here, but I want you to know, like, I better never see you
after this week
once he leaves.
Yeah, and. You know, they're in his office and she's at some point like upset. She's like, I'm trying to get nice clothes, but because he's like, you need to wear nicer clothes. And she's like, trying to, but like they're being mean to me. And so then he calls someone in women's clothing and set her up to go shopping somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
So she gets like a cute dress.
Beautiful dress for that night. There's business happening. I don't care about it. And
then he arrives and Barney's like, your niece is waiting for you, and he's like, I'm an only child, and he's like, yeah, we all fucking know.
Why do you have to be so annoying about it?
I feel like everyone's like, Barney, we're all making a joke about this, and he's like, yeah, you fucking losers, I know. I know. Like, I feel like both of them were kind of like, I'm not really his niece. She's not really. And I was just like, Barney knows. Barney's a smart man. Okay?
Yeah, Barney knows, but Barney's also like trying to make it all seem like nice and above board. And Edward just has to be so difficult.
I think he also, like, Edward is obviously like a very like important person, and probably like is spending a lot of money there. Is probably a regular, like, he's obviously going to make sure that he can have whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But I also felt like he had some empathy for her, and I think that there is like a level of like, we are both service workers who serve wealthy people.
Yeah.
And
you think he's like respecting her by acknowledging her like career rather than pretending she's something else.
Yeah. I felt like there was like a respect between them. It reminded me also a bit. Have you seen The Menu?
No.
Okay. It reminded me, there's a moment in The Menu that will mean nothing to you that this reminded me of.
Do they end up together at the end?
No, nobody. It's a really good movie though, but we'll never do it. Anyway, but
Barney also helps her get dinner ready, which is cute. He like shows her the forks. He's like, this is this fork for this. And I'm like, can't you just say outside in?
Yeah, we all know outside in is the way to like be like,
count the tines on each fork. And I'm like, don't make her do that.
The fork shit, all that is so annoying.
It's so
whatever.
silly.
They go to this dinner and he's, talking to these business people. They have some food, little sandwiches.
Yeah.
She's like, where's the salad? That's the fork I know.
That's the fork I know, which is very funny. Also, her dress, she's stunning.
She's beautiful in everything she wears.
God.
Everything. She looks incredible this entire movie. They get escargot.
She accidentally, she was trying to crush the escargot or something, and the whole shell flies off, and then a waiter just catches it, and he's like, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's very silly.
Escargot scares me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Have you had it?
I can't tell. I have like a memory of thinking I had that or frog legs, and maybe having frog legs and thinking about escargot or one or the other. I have no idea, but I have no interest in it. It's not appealing.
No, there's like a part of me that's like, I would want to try one just to be like, I did it.
Yeah.
But like also it scares me. And I love snails. I love snails so much. I think they're so cute.
They're cuties.
And I love to I save them and get them off the sidewalk so they don't get crushed.
That's very nice.
I love them.
They're cute. They're so cute.
I remember one time I was on a vacation when I was younger with my family. We were staying in some like cabin in Colorado. And I found like all these snails and like put them in a box, and then I was told I was not allowed to bring the snails inside.
They are outside snails.
I was told the snails had to
not
go
our
back,
friends.
and I was really sad about it.
I think I told you did such a weird project in elementary school where they had us dip snails into, I guess, what was supposed to be like safe paint, and stick the snails on the paper, and the snails would go and make trails of the paint.
Oh, and then all the snails died.
And they all died, and we learned about death too. We learned 2 lessons. I assume it was snail safe paints.
Yeah,
but that's a big memory for snails for me. So yes, they are at this dinner, and for some reason, Richard Gere, Edward tells Mr. Morse's grandson, like, I'm gonna break up your company and sell the pieces. And I'm like, are you supposed to be telling them that? Are you supposed to be lying to them? Once it's not their company anymore, I don't think.
Also, but don't they just like know what he does?
Yeah, they must know
all
his
you
history.
have to do is like look at his history and be like, come on.
This is your thing. So the dinner doesn't seem to go well.
No, and he's being like moody about it. And she's sitting on the ledge of the balcony to kind of freak him out. And I'm like,
you're being...
I was like, I'd be stressed out too. Like, get off of that, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, not a good luck to have a sex worker dead right outside of your apartment.
Not a good look. That would be really bad for him. He would be charged.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully. I don't know.
Barney's like, don't worry, sir. We can cover this up. Yeah. Don't worry.
We didn't like your niece that much anyway. She says to him, like, you liked Mr. Morse, the business guy that he's fucking over. And he's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't let emotions get in business. And she's like, yeah, me too. I do. Like, I become robot during sex. She's like, except for with you.
She was like, don't worry.
And that's when they said, you and I are such similar creatures, Vivian. We both screw people for money, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that they are...
Yeah.
I think they're actually very similar.
I just think I understand the terminology used. I do feel like screwing people so different from screwing people over.
100%.
Yeah. But
I do think it's different. I think at least, again, the people he screws do get money.
They do get money.
And their business is about to go under.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying what he does is good.
I just think he's probably getting it. He's probably paying them so little for like how much it is, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yes. I think she provides a better service.
I agree. And it's fucking Julia Roberts.
Yeah. So I'm like, you can charge a lot.
So they like want to veg out or something. I think they have some
he's
talk.
like she found out that his dad died last month, but he hadn't spoken to him in 14 years.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, let's watch old movies all night and veg out. And he's kind of like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, no, I need to go downstairs instead. And she's like, he's been there for a bit. And then she goes to find him. And he's just like sitting in the lounge area alone, playing piano for like random cleaning people.
Well, I mean, I think it's for himself. The cleaning people are there, but it seems to be like his like processing emotion thing, you know?
Yeah.
And when she comes in, he makes the staff leave. And she's like, do people always do what you tell them to do? Mm-hmm. And then he like
keeps trying to kiss her, and she's not letting it. And then they
have sexual times on the piano.
Yeah. It's pretty hot.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
It's super hot.
Yeah. It was great scene.
Well played.
And he's good at playing the piano. Yeah. That's hot.
You're like, what else can you do with those fingers?
That's how I always feel. A man,
I love
like
pianists.
anyone playing a piano.
Very into pianists.
You're like, okay.
Yes.
Your fingers can do some things. Yeah. And that's good.
And that's good. dexterous.
Yes.
So they're talking about, he's like, I can't believe you only bought, not in a mean way, but he's just like, you only bought one dress. And she's like, they were really mean to me at the store. And he's like, all right, come with me.
Yes.
So he takes her to a store and he tells the guy, they're like, you're going to suck up to us because we're going to spend an obscene amount of money.
And he's like, profane or really obscene? And he's like, or really offensive? And he's like, really offensive.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yes, sir. We love that. It's the dad from 10 Things I Hate About You as the actor.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, now we're getting, I kind of wanted more of a shopping montage. I kept getting ready for it. I was like, this is going to be a good
show us the outfits.
montage.
Give us everything. I know. They gave us not a lot.
Yeah.
And at some point he's like, I need more sucking up. And so then the guy starts sucking up him. He's like, no, not to fucking me.
He's like, not to me.
Obviously to her.
She needs to have a good time.
Yeah. And I kind of loved that he really
he
leaned
tried
into that.
to really give her a good time.
It was really, really sweet.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah. And then she goes into that old store, like full of bags, looking all like cute and posh or whatever. And she walks in and she goes, you work on commission, right? Big mistake. Huge.
Yeah. She's like, you don't remember me? Well, I was here the other day.
Yep.
So.
And I was like, you could have given it to them harder.
Yeah.
I kind of wished. I just, I don't know. Maybe it's because like I've heard of this moment. I was hoping for a bigger moment.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it's the only moment I really knew about the movie. So maybe I inflated it.
It's good. And she also was like able to stick it to them without like she's like, and I'm too good to even like
I know
have much of a scene. But I was like, I don't know.
I just don't think they remember her from yesterday, so I don't think they put it
I
together
wish
enough
she
to learn
could
the
describe
lesson.
herself.
I know.
Be like,
me
I
yesterday,
came in.
a hot little dress. I asked you how much it was. You said too expensive for you.
Yeah. Big mistake.
Huge. So then there's every business scene. I just wrote business.
Yeah, boring business stuff. Blah blah blah.
And then they have like a weird bath time. I do bathtub time where she's like washing him in the bathtub.
I don't like that.
It's very weird to me. It's very like I don't know, like bathing a person feels like elderly stuff or baby.
Yeah, I don't like bathing. I bath together. Okay, we can be like hot, sexy, whatever.
Sure.
But
Me
the
sponge to your body?
Sponge
to your body?
No.
I don't like it.
Unless it's like, oh, we're like soaping each other up and we're about to like
different
get
from sponge.
Sponge really.
Sponge seems like you're dying.
Yeah.
Because you hear sponge bath.
And she's like really delicately like pushing it on his chest. And I was kind of like,
it's so weird.
I don't know.
Maybe it feels good. I'm sure it'd feel good to be sponged. But I don't want it. I don't want to see it.
No.
Maybe if they made like, do you think they... Okay, here's a bit. Sharks.
Okay.
Sexy sponges. Sponges that are sexy. If the sponge is sexier.
You're talking about Shark Tank. I see.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You did that, and that should have indicated that we're doing a Shark Tank.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that. I thought we were doing a full-on tangent about sharks.
And that's like super fair. Honestly, there's no reason.
I was like, we're talking about baths. What if there's a shark in a bath? Do sharks use sponges?
No. My pitch, sexy sponges.
Sexy sponges.
If they could make sponges sexier, maybe this would be okay.
There's got to be a sexy sponge.
Because we already have sponges that look like this. So I'm like, how much sexier can a sponge? Are you looking up sexy sponges for us? Oh, it's just SpongeBob? I mean, yeah, we know SpongeBob's sexy.
We get it.
I would love to see one of these scenes though with a sponge that is SpongeBob shaped. It's like sexual.
It's just like it's just like a dish sponge.
Yeah. Just like,
you like that?
Yeah.
This is when they have the conversation though about his dad. He mentions that he went to therapy to process his anger towards his dad, and then he bought his dad's company and destroyed it.
Yeah, and he was really, it was his third company he bought, and it felt really good for him. I will say, to his credit, man, doing therapy in the 90s, or earlier, I guess, because it's 1990s, so like in the 80s, that is really admirable, and that is a person who, in theory, like wants to change and fix themselves, and I think there's value in that.
I think there's value in it.
It's forever. They'll be together forever.
I think that he could. I think if she was going to be just a sugar baby, then I would say no, it's not going to be forever. But I think that he could help her like build a business, and I think she would like that, and I think they could be a power couple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. In a shocking turn of events.
Shocking turn of events.
All right. They're at a horse charity event.
Polo events.
And some woman is like, Edward is the most eligible bachelor. Everyone's trying to land him. And she's like, I'm not trying to land him. I'm just using him for sex.
Which was great. But they kind of like call her the flavor of the week. They're kind of like bitchy about it. One thing that happens through this whole film is that he keeps telling her not to fidget. And it gives me such it's very triggering because I think
I'm
my
a
mom
very
used to
fidgety
always be like,
person.
stop moving, you look crazy. You look crazy with how much moving you're doing. It looks crazy. And I'm like, oh, does it? Do other people really feel that way? I thought it was just like her thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, do I go walk around looking crazy because I'm just moving all the time?
You might, but I'm the same way. I'm like constantly like blah 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 blah.
I'm so
and
sorry.
I'm just like, I'm not a fancy lady.
Like,
don't bring me into high society.
Yeah,
because
I'm touching stuff. I'm moving. How are
Playing
people
with
not?
things,
What are people doing with their hands otherwise?
I don't know. I think they're so boring. It must be on so many pills.
I think it has to be a lot of pills,
Yeah.
right? To be like so sedated where you're like, yeah, I don't need to touch.
I don't need to
anything.
move. I don't need to move at all.
Yeah, so he keeps telling her that, and then
They have some like, I don't know. She's kind of getting upset. She's like, why am I here? Are these people your friends? And he's like,
Well,
I don't know. I
that's
spend
not-
time with them.
I feel like he gets upset. She gets really pissed off because of like that guy being a fucking creep.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, the lawyer?
Yeah.
Well, eventually that happens
But even before
because, yeah, I feel like she's like, no wonder you want to hang out with me. These people all suck. I think she's
I
just
think it's because
walking
of the women
around.
being
She's
weird,
like,
too.
these people are terrible. And then they get to stomp the divots. It's the stomping of the
I've
divots.
never seen
A
this.
time-honored tradition. And she was like into this.
Oh yeah, because it's a fun activity.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, Polo.
I didn't know this is a
Stomping of
thing
the divots.
that happens there, but I guess, yeah, there are a lot of divots on the field from whatever just happened. And so all the audience goes and like fills it back up with the stuff that was kicked up. But they said to watch out for like a hot divot. They didn't use the word poop. But also she says something about Phil's wife, I guess, is some like aerobicizer woman. And Julie Roberts says about her, you could freeze ice on his wife's ass. I don't obviously I know it means the ass is great.
Oh, okay.
I assume it means that.
Maybe.
But I wonder how you
I
get
thought
there.
it meant that she was like a frigid bitch.
Oh.
That was how I interpreted it.
Wow. Can I just look up if this is a thing?
Totally. That was just how I interpreted it.
It means his wife is frigid, not interested in sex with him. I don't know how she got that from meeting this woman once. I thought it was a nice compliment on her butt that I didn't understand. Because I'm very much, it's like 2020, whatever, and we're like, hell yeah, her ass.
Yeah.
And I assume that's what we were getting
No,
there.
90s we didn't like butts.
Oh, that's so true. That's so
I don't know. I
true.
think that she really hated all the people at this event.
Yeah, which again,
Fair.
valid.
And then his lawyer dude, he's all like pissed off and he's like, where'd you meet her? Like, she's talking to the enemy guy and like, oh, she's a spy. And
Yeah, he's being crazy because he notices a little bit that Richard Gere is acting different, and this is like how he makes his money, you know?
And he's like, she's not a spy, she's a hooker. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. Why'd you
Yeah.
get a lady off Hollywood Boulevard? He's like, can I have her next?
And then he starts being so gross to her. And it's so crazy too because like he's married. It's gross that he's gross, and then it's also gross that like your wife is there and you're being like disgusting here.
No, he's awful.
He's so weird. He like touches her. And, ugh.
Yeah.
So now I guess we're back at the hotel. She's been pissed off. He's like, how are you? She goes, fine. He's like, I'm hearing fine a lot.
And she's like, you're an asshole. They get in this fight and he's kind of like being a dick to her, calls her cheap. I kind of enjoyed this fight sequence, the way it was filmed.
It was filmed like fun, like a play, because like people kind of hopping in frame out of frame was very fun.
Like it was on a door and you're kind of seeing people go back and forth.
Yeah.
And I think that, and then she's like, I want to leave. He gives her the money. She leaves the money to go to the elevator, which like if she was actually going to go, stupid move. But I think she was kind of being like, come back and get me.
You think so?
Why would you not take the money?
I agree. I think to her it like felt dirty.
I think so. And that's very impulsive, but like, girl, take that money.
Take that money.
But I think that in a way she was hoping he would come get her.
You're probably right.
And he did.
Yeah.
And he says he's sorry. He wasn't prepared to answer questions. He was stupid and cruel and he doesn't want her to go.
And I'm glad he said that.
I think that I really do feel like the way that they handled this argument was good.
In the end, it was good. I was like kind of disappointed during it because I think she's like, he blah blah, and he's like, well, you are a prostitute, or like it felt like not nice.
No, it was not nice. It was a very hurtful argument, but I think that
he did more of an apology later, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes, like you can get in a hurtful argument with your partner, but being able to repair it afterwards is what matters.
I did. It's true, and
I think that is good.
Yeah, I just can't imagine repair, so it's kind of foreign to me.
Yeah, Natasha doesn't repair things.
No, broken, and then pick it up again.
I'd say fixed yet?
Fixed yet? No, time didn't do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, she tells them at the end like, "You hurt me, don't do it again," and then they go back inside.
Yeah. Well, and I felt like he was like, he apologized, and she also set a boundary of just like, and don't do it again.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah. And I felt like that showed that she was willing to like stand up to him also. She's not just going to be a pushover in the relationship.
And so then they're like naked in bed and they're talking about like how all of her guys that she's been with, bums, terrible, bad. And he tells her that she's bright and special.
Yeah. He thinks she's really smart. And she's like, that's, obviously very nice of you, but it's so much easier to believe when people tell you bad things
your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very true. Like, you could, I don't know, I feel like people give you like a million compliments, and then the one in there that's easier. Like, you suck, and you're like, damn, I guess I suck.
I mean, this is so trivial. I was at an Airbnb a couple of weeks ago. Lovely lady, blah, blah, blah. And I gave her like a very nice review. And then I got a review from her, and it said, near perfect guest. Would have her again. And I'm like, why the fuck you have to say near perfect?
Near?
Because all I'm like is, what did I do to her?
Did she give you 5 stars?
I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, okay.
But she has to know I'd spin out about it. Who wouldn't spin out over near perfect? I think she does get off on it.
Maybe she might be one of those like overly practical people who's like, well, there's no such thing as perfect.
She's British.
Doesn't exactly. Yeah. She's like, well, that would be a lie.
That's crazy.
Because nobody's perfect.
And nothing's perfect because I'm British.
But near perfect.
That is probably the highest compliment that a Brit can give.
But I would also be like, you didn't have to say
ruin
that.
My day. I
could have just been like, about it. Great guest.
Yep.
Could have said nothing.
Yep.
I'm fine with nothing.
Anyway. Yes.
And then she has this like incredible red dress.
Stunning.
Amazing. She's also, I commented, very good at doing her hair, because she's not having stylists come up there. Her hair looks incredible. Like down, obviously, because her hair is amazing, but she's putting it in these like elaborate styles.
Takes rollers and all of that. It is good.
And then he gives her this necklace that he has on loan that's worth $500,000. $250,000. All right. Still quite a bit of money.
Yeah. And like everyone in the hotel, this is where they're all like Cinderella's mice. Yeah. They're all like rooting for her. They're like, oh my God, you look so good.
Look at you. Yeah. Major really Cinderella moment. Yeah.
It was so cute. And then he says again, when you're not fidgeting, you look very beautiful and tall. Yes. And I will say, when I'm not fidgeting, I also look so tall.
Yeah. Yeah. So fidgeting makes you look short. That's why everyone thinks I'm short.
Yeah. It's very weird to say to her that it makes her look tall.
Well, and then I looked up how tall she was because I wanted to know. She's 5'8".
That's a decent height, right? I think it's taller than average because I'm taller than average too.
Yeah, yeah. 5'3" is average.
Yeah.
No, I would say 5'8" is tall for a woman. I think that's probably the height when people start to tell you
that's when
you are tall.
I thought my friends are tall until I had new tall friends.
Until you had like, no, she's not weirdly that tall friend.
Okay, so then he's like, I guess the date is he's going to take her on a private plane to go to SF from LA to see the opera.
Yes.
And I'm like, don't you guys have the opera in LA?
We got an opera, but maybe it wasn't opening night.
Oh, and that's, it's
opening night is like a big deal.
And I guess if you like don't have to really go through security, then you're just doing like an hour commute, which you would do anyway from one part of LA to another. Yeah. So it's nothing.
Yeah. So they go to the opera. They're again up in a balcony seats, and she's like, why are you up here when you're afraid of heights? He's like, these are the best seats.
this part made me dislike him. I couldn't handle this part. Okay, so he loves the opera, and he goes, people's reaction to the opera the first time is very dramatic. Either they love it and they always love it, or they don't like it, but they may learn to love it, but it will never become a part of their soul. Jesus Christ. Guys love loving a thing too much.
Yeah. It was a little dramatic.
It was so dramatic.
It was a little dramatic. I do feel like opera is probably a very, like, yeah, you probably either love it or hate it. I don't think that people probably aren't neutral on the opera.
Yeah. I'm neutral on the opera.
Yeah.
I've been to the opera. I'm not like I don't like it.
Sure.
If invited to go again, I'd go again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy myself tickets to the opera.
I
But we
guess I would
basically watched the opera, you and I, when we watched Love is Blind Italy. Same thing.
Yes, the same.
Just Italian
and they
happening.
were singing the whole time.
They were singing the whole time.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess maybe I'm closer to neutral. I do feel like when I was watching it, I just like love watching people do their art. And so that's how I feel like at the opera or any sort of like live performance.
It's very cool to see any live performance.
Overwhelmed by anybody doing what they love.
Yes, I agree with that for sure.
I like that about it.
Yeah.
But yes, he's I don't know. I wrote when he said that line, I wrote it out as well, and then I was like, what does that mean? Seems deep, but I don't know. I was
not
like,
deep.
I was like, the way he said it, I was like, this sounds like you're trying to say something deep, but like, what are you saying?
It really just feels like dudes with like a movie or a category movie, like, oh, if you don't get it, you don't get it, but like, it's not really who you are.
It's like a very masculine, like, I'm really intelligent because I like this thing, and you're kind of like, okay,
and like very like a little gatekeepy too.
Yeah,
you know,
she enjoys it. He's happy. She enjoys it. She's
she said
crying.
it was so good. I almost peed my pants, and I was kind of like. Okay, so I have a whole thing. Okay,
with peeing your pants.
Well, peeing your pants. Okay, here's what I have to say about it. I don't know if the opera was funny, but peeing your pants is a function for women. Usually, or people with like vaginas, whatever. Like our setup has people peeing more frequently because we also have like a small, like a less long tube to the pee, and so that's why usually folks with our system, when they laugh, like they pee, and a lot of guys think it's like a fake thing, like an expression, because it doesn't really happen to them. Because they like don't have that experience of laughing so much that they pee. And I was like, it was so good I almost peed my pants was very confusing to me, because I don't think it was. Maybe I was wrong. And it was.
I guess maybe you could cry so hard you start to pee.
I'm so sorry. I've cried in a lot of situations. Happiness, driving, sex, and I don't pee from crying. Okay, people pee for a lot of different reasons.
People pee their pants for a lot of different reasons, and I don't feel
because the
like
opera is so good that she peed her pants.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever enjoyed something. I understand, yes, being like, oh, I laughed so hard I peed, or like, oh, I had like a shocking reaction, and
so I
like
was so scared,
then I peed. Or it made me sneeze and I peed.
And that's fair.
That's fair.
The sonnet was so bright, I looked at it, I sneezed, and I peed.
She was just allergic to something in the theater.
Yeah, for sure. Then we go later. They're playing chess.
Yes. And she's like, take the day off. Like, let's hang out in San Francisco. And he decides to.
Yeah.
And when his lawyer guy finds out, he's kind of like, what the fuck? He's taking a day off work.
That's not allowed.
And she's showing him how to have fun and eat hot dogs.
Yeah, snap dogs. I don't know what they're called.
And then they're sleeping, and she kisses him on the mouth and says, I love you, which was crazy.
Well, first she kisses him on the mouth, and then they're doing a lot of kissing, so he's on board, and then later in the night.
They have sex, and then she says, I love you, and he doesn't say anything back.
Which, again, is reasonable for that amount of time.
I think it is reasonable.
Super reasonable.
I think it's crazy she said, I love you.
It's insane. And
I think that was wild.
Who, should know better.
I think the kissing could have been enough to indicate, like, I obviously like you more than just as a client. And yeah so it's the next morning, and she's like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, it's our last night, I'm going back to New York. And then he's saying, like, I've arranged for you to have an apartment here in LA with like a car, everything is done. Or in New York.
My implication is here in LA.
Oh, okay. And then he'd come
visit.
back.
And that's why she was like, oh, so like you're gonna come back and like
Yeah. Oh, okay. And a car and stuff like that. So she could. And this is very sugar baby vibes.
Yeah. And part of me is like, girl, what a great situation.
Well, this situation reminded me of Julia Fox. I read her memoir, and she was a dominatrix for a while, and one of the men like purchased, like basically was like, I'll take you on as my sugar baby. And I was like, this was just like her setup. He just
Great
like paid
setup.
her to exist, and she like built a fashion line, and I don't know.
What are we doing, Tess? What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, a lot of things about that memoir were very tragic and like super
There's
depressing.
trauma, blah,
but
blah, blah.
that guy, I was like, what a great setup.
I know.
To just have a man be like, yeah, I'll pay for your rent.
Yeah.
Pay for whatever you want.
Do
like,
your life.
do your
Do
thing.
your dream.
And like when I'm around, like please. And she was similar to her as well, like Julia Fox's situation, because like, yes, she would sleep with him, but it was a lot of like him being like, dress up and come to this event with me. And like, oh, I want to go to dinner. Like, come with me to this.
Yeah.
And so, and you're like, okay.
Fun.
I don't know. Being a sugar baby wouldn't be a bad deal.
It's not the worst life. And she is upset about it. And she talks about how like her mom used to lock her in the attic a lot. When she was there, she'd like dream of being saved by a knight on a white horse.
And basically she's like, I think a lot of this is about like following your dreams. And I think that implies that her dream is to be a princess. And I'm like, get that dream, girl. Be a princess.
You're getting the dream. You're getting the dream.
Be a princess.
Yeah. And like kind of just like an idea of romance. I don't know. There's like an idea of being saved here that I personally don't like love.
Me neither.
Yeah. But
although I think you could also argue that she is in a way saving him as well.
Yes. And they say that like at the very end too, which is cute. But she's like, yeah, I didn't think in my dream the guy would be like, and here's a condo for you to stay in.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is all I'm capable of now, which honestly, we love the self-awareness. And then he's like, have I ever treated you like a prostitute? You know? And she's kind of like, you just did.
And then she goes back to her apartment. You know, she's upset, and her roommate's like, oh my God, you love him. Like, because she's kind of talking about like,
oh, you kissed him on the mouth, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I love that the implication is that this unlocks something. Like a magical kiss does something, which you see in like every rom-com.
Lip kisses make love happen.
You gotta be careful with them lips. Lips are dangerous.
Yep.
And Julia Robert, Vivian is just like, because her friend's like, fucking do it, go for it. And she's like, who does this work out for? Realistically, who do we know where they're like a sex worker, someone happens, they fall in love, and everything's okay? Like, where is the real thing? There's nothing where this is real, you know? Which I think is fair. I think it's fair for her to be like shut down, scared, avoidant right now. And then her friend is like, Cinderella. And they're like, okay.
Like, oh, it's Cinderella.
Our girl Cindy made it out. She's fine.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Business shit.
Business shit happens.
This is when he does the thing where he's like, I want to talk to these guys alone. And when he like has learned a lesson and he decides he's not going to be bad businessman anymore, he's going to be good businessman.
Yes. And the old guy tells him, he's like, I don't want to be condescending, but like, I'm proud of you. And that's like exactly what our boy needed to hear because of his father shit.
Yeah.
You know, like you could tell like it healed him some.
Yeah.
Which was very cute. And then Phil is furious because he wasn't there. And so he like storms into the apartment or like the hotel.
Yeah. And is super fucking creepy and tries to rape her.
Yes. And
it's
he, like,
really
slaps
upsetting.
her.
It was like a really upsetting scene.
It was so stressful. It was so yucky.
Like honestly brief, but I was like, I'm like it was like so intense.
Yeah.
It was a very intense scene. And then Edward's there, he gets him off her,
and
punches
he like socks him in
him.
the face, which is great. And Phil's like, can't believe this, like you've been whatever, you know, like we love each other. Edward's like, it's the kill you love, not me. This is so silly. Our boy, like he loves his drama.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a drama queen.
Is. And you know, we see them together and she tells him she wants like the fairy tale and he keeps saying like impossible relationships.
Yeah.
And he pays her. He
gives her the money that he owes her and then is like, he tells her to stay. Not like, because I'm paying, but because you want to. And she's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And leaves. And
she says, I think you have a lot of special gifts. And yeah, she says thank you and goodbye to Barney, the cool manager. And he's like, you're not going to New York, you know?
Yeah. He gets his driver
Daryl,
to drive her back to her hotel apartment. Yeah. And then he's Edward's packing up.
We get a little
glancing over the balcony
thing.
the first time. She's back at her apartment. She's telling her roommate that she's going to leave. She's going to go to San Francisco, finish high school. Yeah.
We get it playing it must have been love, but it's over. And you're like, oh yeah, hell yeah. Get it. And yeah, she's going to move to San Francisco. He's hoping that she left him a message. Mm-hmm. And he gives the hotel manager, Barney, he gives him back the necklace
that was on loan.
Barney opens and looks at it and goes, must be difficult to let go of something so beautiful. And he's saying about the girl. And he goes, your driver dropped Vivian off where she lives.
Just so you know.
Yeah. And so he goes to see her.
Yeah. And it's the princess in the tower. He buys her some flowers. He has to climb up the fire escape.
He's playing opera out of the car to get her attention. Yes, he climbs with flowers.
He's obviously scared of heights, but he's climbing the tower to rescue his princess.
And he goes, what happens when he climbs up the tower and rescues her? And she says she rescues him right back.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's a very who saved who?
Yeah. Yeah. Who rescued who?
Who rescued who? Yeah. And it's cute.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I thought they were cute together. Yeah. I really did believe the romance of it, even though it was a short period of time, which I don't always get. I agree. I bought them together.
100%.
Movies.
If she goes with him, she does pursue school business and is has enough of her time filled that way, then yeah, I'm down for forever.
I think as
long as our girl is busy.
Yes. I don't think Sugar Baby is for her. I think that she is ambitious. Yeah. And I think he can pay for her to be ambitious. Yeah. And so if she's able to get that life from him and then also be successful in her own way, I don't know. I could see them being kind of a power couple together.
I'm down for a conditional forever.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But yes, if that's not how it turns out, this is not gonna work out. Yeah. But I just kind of hope that it does, because I really thought they were cute together.
They were cute together. And we get a dude shouting in Hollywood, and he shouted earlier in the film too, where he's like, Hollywood, land of dreams. Dreams keep on dreaming.
What are your dreams?
Dreams. Yeah.
And her dream is to be a princess.
Yeah. And to save a night too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
This has been When Harry Dumps Sally. We're here every Tuesday.
We have a Patreon.
Check it out.
Okay.
Bye.